What's up, guys? Happy Thursday. It is Thursday. It is a lovely day. Like always, guys. Good to see you. Thank you for being here today. We're going to get on a subject that a lot of veterans go through. It is the VA, the Veterans Affairs, either the hospital or some kind of benefit you're trying to go for, or some kind of disability you should be compensated for, or anything. I'm going to go into the VA today and tell you a little bit about what it is. Like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. Share some of your stories with me. Thanks a lot. Let's get into it. So starting off, I cannot speak for all VA hospitals. Okay, I can speak about what I've went through. At the Baltimore VA Hospital in Baltimore City, this place is depressing as shit, okay? You have to realize there have been a lot of wars and a lot of conflicts and things that are going to put a lot of guys and women there for help. The VA in Baltimore, Maryland, this place is a just sanctuary of people that have been in the military. World War II vets, God bless them, a lot of those guys have pretty much expired. There's not many World War II vets hanging around really anymore. Korean vets, or the guys that fought in Korea, there's not too many of those guys around. The Vietnam vets, they're still prevalent, but a lot of them guys are falling off real bad. You have your Desert Storm vets, you have Iraq vets, Afghanistan vets. You have a lot of veterans at these hospitals. A lot of these guys are homeless. It's depressing. It's really sad. These guys don't have anywhere to go. Some of these guys will go to the VA every single day and just get dropped off there. And they're going to sit there and probably wait at the pharmacy for some kind of medication or something that the government probably owes them if they do or if they don't. They're going to go there. You're going to see a lot of amputees. It's depressing as shit. It's sad to see this. People lose appendages and lose body and lose limbs. It's really, really sad. The VA is a depressing place to be, depressing place to go. And like I say, we owe it to these people. We owe it to these people to get them the help that they need to live the rest of their life they gave to their country. Their country should give back to them. I strongly believe that about the VA, guys. I really, really do. I can't stress that enough. In my experience at the VA, I'm going to tell a little bit about this today. So, the VA used to be, what I remember it when I got out in 2010, you could pretty much go to the VA and say, I have a headache, I have this, I have that. You're going to walk out of there with a bag of pills. Okay? What's your pain level? Scale from 1 to 10. I don't know, 60. Here's a bag of Oxycontins. I remember this. You sure? Hey, this is what they're giving you. The doctor said to give you this. This is what happens. What are you going to do with that? You're going to go get addicted to this medication. That is the way the VA used to be, according to what I saw. Okay? Cannot speak for everyone else's experiences. I can tell you what I saw. What? Like, okay, well, now you're addicted to fucking Oxycontin or hydrocodone or whatever it is. This is what they said I should take for this lower back pain or whatever it was. They're going to medicate. They're going to medicate. I'm sure there's some kind of a government kickback or something on these pharmaceuticals or whatever it is, but that's the way it was. At least I can speak when I got out. This is a story today about something I saw in the VA. It happens. All right. So I go to the VA one day. At this time, I think I was actually prescribed Adderall. It's like, people know what Adderall is, but I needed it for, all kinds of focus and things that I wasn't able to do or wasn't able to process. And so the doctor, my psychologist, he put me on Adderall. He's like, look, I think this is something you need. Okay. I am going to the pharmacy to pick up my prescription. I see a ton of people in this pharmacy. There is got to be, not in the pharmacy working, but in the outside waiting area, there are seats everywhere. There are people in wheelchairs. There is a slew of people, just a ton of people. I see a guy. He looks asleep. He is in this chair with a blanket over him. Nicer old black gentleman. He's probably in his later year. I mean, like, he's old. Like, he's probably all day 90, or like he is an older veteran. He is there. My number that I draw is not called for a long time. I mean, I'm in this waiting room for probably 2 hours waiting for this prescription to come to me. It's not uncommon this happens. Sometimes I'd actually go leave the VA and go walk around the city a little bit, maybe go get something to eat, and then come back to the VA. So I see this older guy there. About an hour into my wait, I see a couple nurses go over to this guy. This guy is not alive. This guy is dead. This guy is dead at the VA, like, waiting area. Slumped over. I hear the nurses talking. How long has he been here? You know, what's going on with this? This guy had been dead for hours. 4 hours he had been dead. He was dropped off that morning. I'm just going by what I heard from the people that were next to him and people who eventually showed up to, I guess, claim this guy. This guy was dropped off at, like, whenever the VA opened at like 7 or 8 in the morning. It's like 3 o'clock in the evening. This guy had probably been dead for a long time. He was there. He had been dropped off every single day, probably for how long? I don't know the whole story, but this is one of the things I saw at the VA. Are we taking care of our veterans enough? I don't know. We just let this poor bastard die in the fucking pharmacy. Like, I'm not really sure how to answer that. Another instance from the VA I will go into right now. So, my wisdom teeth, okay, they never really dropped. All of a sudden, one night, they decided they're going to start coming through. I was in a lot of pain. A shitload of pain. I really could not eat. It was painful, okay? Your wisdom teeth are coming in. They both were coming in. They were pushing through my gums. I was in a slew of pain. I go to the VA. Look, I have an issue with my teeth. Well, because you're not a certain amount disabled or anything, we don't cover dental. I need to talk to a fucking doctor about this, man. This shit is bad. Like, I didn't have any dental care. I'm like, the VA, you're not going to help me with this? Like, well, what's the problem? Like, finally talked to this doctor. He's like, look, I'm going to say that this is a health issue because clearly you're having trouble eating. You're in constant pain. I'm going to push this forward to where we can get you some help for this. It was a medical procedure at that point. I had to wait in really fucking bad pain for about a month before they could get me in. I get it. The VA's backed up. I get it. I understand. That month fucking sucked. Okay? It was really bad. I was in pain from these teeth. So, this is when I was married, by the way. So my wife takes me to the VA. I'm supposed to get surgery this day. Instantly, I knew there was an issue. We're in a waiting room. We've been there a long time. A couple of doctors have already visited me. Nobody's really talked to me about when this procedure is going to happen, but I know it's supposed to be that day. So, like, I mean, we've been waiting forever. And I'm like, what the hell? Finally, a doctor comes out. He's the anesthesiologist, the guy that's going to put me under. These things were so in there, they deemed that, like, you can't just take the gas and put that on. They got to put me under and sedate me to get these bitches out of my mouth. He comes out, he's got his little clipboard, he's like, ugh, like shaking his head, like he's disappointed, like he's angry. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is going on here? He's like, I just don't know why we have to put you under for this surgery. It doesn't matter. Look, we're going to get you into pre-op soon. Or I'm like, this guy's fucking mad or something about this? Like, okay, like, whatever. I do all the normal things. You get your gown on, you do everything. They get me in. All right, put this gas on, count back from blah, blah, blah. I'm out. They take the teeth out. I wake up, in a trance. My wisdom teeth have been removed. Hey, it's a good day. I wasn't that crazy about being put under because this guy seemed kind of pissed right before we had to do this, which kind of set me on edge a little bit, but that was a thing. However, the VA did that for me. I didn't pay anything for that. They even sent me home with a bag of Percocets. And that shit actually said Percocet on it. Like, that was the real deal. I'm not saying I got addicted to it or anything like that. I'm not going down that road. But this was a thing. There are so many things in the VA that if you just needed to go see a doctor, a primary care or something, that it could take months for you to get that appointment. It could. It really could take months for you to get that appointment. And then when you do get a primary care provider or somebody that you actually go see, the next time you go back for a checkup or a routine visit or something, that fucking person's already gone. They've already shipped to another hospital or they've shipped somewhere else. So now you kind of like re-meet a new doctor. These are things that happen in the VA. If you need help with something, the VA is a form of healthcare. I get it. It's complimentary or free, if you will, or a lot cheaper. But like, at what cost? At what cost? I really mean that, and I feel that way. A lot of guys, when they get out of the military, it is like a separation anxiety. There are things that happen. You may have like PTSD from all your time in Iraq or Afghanistan or whatever. I feel for guys that have that. It's a terrible thing, but like you got out of the military for a reason. A lot of guys I knew got out and was like, nope, I can't deal with this regular life shit. Fuck this. I'm going back in. And they went back in. I know guys that did that. I knew that wasn't for me. That wasn't going to be who I was. I wasn't going to go back in. I'm going to learn this civilian life all over again. That's what I'm going to do. I noticed that when I got out of the military, my drinking was on point. Like, it was pretty hot and heavy, man. I was drinking at least probably 6 days a week, man. I was on it. Eventually, I realized this was kind of an issue. Some people had pointed it out to me. Hey, man, you are going buck wild with that shit. You might want to go talk to somebody. I reached out to the VA. Hey, look, I think I have a drinking problem. This is a long time ago, man. I was like 27, okay? I'd been out of the Army for like a year. You know, I was like, okay, well, I go talk to a psychologist about it. I go talk to somebody at the VA about it. Okay, we offer these meetings every Thursday night or whatever just to talk about drinking, this and that. Here's a form. It's all voluntary. You know, you can come in, talk about it. You know what? Okay, maybe it's good. Maybe this will help me chill out with my drinking a little bit. I show up to this meeting. Instantly, I get into this meeting. There's probably 15 people in this meeting. A lot of people in wheelchairs. A lot of older people. It's kind of like an AA meeting where people are going to talk and, you know, like you're going to have like someone that kind of is in charge of it. But the VA is providing this program. Most of the people in this meeting, hearing their stories, these are homeless. These are homeless people. Okay? My heart goes out to them. They're homeless veterans. It's sad. I think there was only a couple of us that weren't homeless. Or weren't seriously disabled, missing legs or anything like that. I'm like, and we're talking about drinking and we're talking about the horrible effects of it and everything. I didn't really get anything out of that. I tell my psychologist, I don't know what that was, but like, I'm not really sure. He's like, well, this is what we offer right now for people with drinking issues and things like that. Should I have received better help? I don't know. Should I have been more proactive on my end to make myself better? I'm not really sure. It was a tough struggle for like dealing with the VA on so many cases. Now, like, I don't claim any kind of disability or anything, but like a lot of my friends that went through some fucking horrible shit in Iraq, terrible things, and guys in Afghanistan, horrible things that they will have PTSD for the rest of their natural life. These guys had to go through so much fucking bullshit to get the help they need. Just to be like, oh, okay, well, we're going to deem you 30% disabled. Here's a check for $300 a month. Best of luck with that. The fuck is that? It's like, these guys want help. These guys want help. The VA at that time was not the best, okay? I can tell you this now. The VA has gotten a lot better. A lot better. It just has, from what I see, on reaching out to people for doctor's appointments and scheduling things, you're going to get callbacks. It's gotten a lot better. It's not the worst as it was. And those days of them just throwing you a bag of pills, that's not really a thing anymore. I mean, you could probably go in there back in the day and be like, I got a cough. Be like, here is a bag of morphine. Have fun with it. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, that was kind of what it was back then. It's gotten a lot better now. Some people might say, it's free fucking healthcare. What are you bitching about? At what cost? If you had to wait 3 months to see a doctor, I have an issue today. You could always go to the emergency room. That's a fucking gem to sit through at the VA. Good luck with that. These are things that I wanted to talk about the VA. The VA, is it a joke? At times it was. Okay? But the goal is to help soldiers and to help them so they can have a normal life. I think people abuse the VA. If you don't need to go, don't go. Okay, I can understand like primary checkups and like routine visits. I understand that. But some people milk the system and they make it really fucking tough for guys that have problems to actually get treated. It's a thing. It really is. So I wanted to make this video today. I am not here to either just totally bash the VA or be an advocate for the VA. It serves a purpose. Sometimes that purpose can take a lot longer than you probably expected it to. However, the goal is to help soldiers, male or female, old or young, whoever it is, to live their life. And the VA is an avenue that you can have. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you have similar stories or things you want to talk about, please like, comment, subscribe. Love to hear your feedback. I really, really do. Thank you so much, guys. Like always, take care of yourself. Love you all.